up, doll collectors, hobbyists, fabsome besties? In a recent video for Black History Month, we made these colorful shelves. They're 12 inches wide and 18 inches tall, made out of 6 by 12 inch wooden panels. It takes 4 panels to make one shelf with the base included, and I bought them on Amazon. The plan was to hang each shelf separately as art and a doll display. But now, rather than just having a painted background, I want it to be a small diorama that we can still hang on the wall for easy storage, but it can also be used as a quick scene. So let's get started. Since we plan to hang this on a wall, I wanted to stay kind of light. So we're using leftover foam board to add some details, and thin square wooden dowels. This scrap of foam board is pretty thick. It's a leftover from an earlier project. I originally got it from Michael's, and it's about a ½ inch thick, and it's 2 inches wide. I cut a 6-inch piece for a small step. I sketch a door. You know what? I think I want more steps. I keep my foam board scraps in a bag, and then I just go through it and see what we can use. These might work for this project. I cut a piece that's 3 by 6 inches, glue the 2 pieces together. I cut 2 pieces for the sides. It's getting a little too wide. So I trimmed the stairs down, glued everything together, place it on the shelf, redraw the door. I cut thin pieces of wood and glued them together to make rectangles. We are going to use these to add details to the doors. I place the stairs where they are going to go, but I do not glue them down just yet. Let's take leftover strips of foam board and cut them to glue onto the wall, making a frame. Glue on the wooden triangles to add detail to the door. Let's get a little craft paint and paint the door. I'm going with black, hoping that we can cover the existing paint. It's going to require a few coats, but I think we're off to a good start. I want to place a window over here and maybe 2 more at the top, but there is not enough space, so I'm going to glue on another 6 by 12 inch board. So now I'm using 5 boards for each shelf. To save a little time, let's use a printable. This is our printable window. I put 3 on a page. Let's cut them out. Take scraps of foam board, cut them into strips to glue around the printable, making a frame. I made 3, and we're going to glue them onto the board. 1 on the first floor and 2 on the top. Let's paint the stairs. I'm tapping it with the paint to create a little texture. Paint the bottom of the shelves to match. Let's paint the sides of the stairs white and add a little texture. Paint mini bamboo skewers or long toothpicks black. Push them into the foam. I made strips of hot glue on silicone, and I glue them across the top of the toothpicks. Paint it to match. Probably not the neatest job. I thought it was going to be easier, but let's just use more skewers. In trying to save time, I actually used more time. It's painted, and I'm not sure if this is better. It's still a little messy. While waiting for that to dry, let's make some bricks. I got this mold at Michael's. It was, I think, $14.99 in the cake section. And I'm just going to fill it with hot glue. Of course, you can decorate your buildings however you like. This is just what I'm choosing to do. So here are our bricks. I'm going to pre-paint them, allow them to dry. Let's add some white foam board around the door to frame it, then cut the bricks. And since it's made out of hot glue, this is pretty easy to do. Begin gluing it on, making sure to leave a space for the stairs. Using hot glue for this project has its pluses and minuses. It dries fast, we're getting great brick texture, and it's easy to cut. However, filling the molds evenly isn't the easiest, so some are a little thicker, then some are a little thinner. We're getting some variations on the wall here. And it adds a little weight to the shelf. I was trying to keep it pretty light since we'll be hanging this on a wall. A good alternative could be the cork method, where you cut a sheet of cork into rectangles, glue them onto the wall, and then paint them. But I've already done all of this, so I'm just gonna keep going. And hopefully when we go back and touch up the paint, we can get rid of some of these lines. I made one in blue, and now I'm doing another one in pink. And the last one is purple. Take wooden dowels and recycled paperboard, glue the wooden dowels onto the side, cut the paperboard into thin strips, glue them over the wooden dowel, touch up the paint, try to fill in any gaps, and paint the wooden dowel. Okay, this looks so much better. Filling in the paint is helping it to look like one piece. Not gonna lie, I was a little worried for a second there. Let's add a few beads to the railing, paint them to match, then glue them in place. I decided to only put the beads in the back because I felt like they were drawing too much attention in the front. Cut leftover foam board into small strips to glue above the windows, adding a little more dimension and hopefully covering anything that might be crooked. Let's make them a little fancier, then glue it above the doors. Take recycled paperboard and a bead, sketch a rectangle on the paperboard, add a rounded circle at the top and bottom, cut it out. Let's glue another rectangle on top. I added a drop of hot glue at the top and bottom, glue on the bead. I paint it brown, then I paint it gold to make a doorknob. Glue it onto the door. Then let's make some planter boxes by recycling mini brand capsules. We made this one in a previous video using lacing. It's a plastic cord which I did find difficult to glue. So today I cut paperboard into strips, painted black. While waiting for them to dry, we might as well open a mini brand or two. So we can make the planters, of course. This is series 3 for toy mini brands, and I'm hoping to get more books. I know we can totally make them ourselves, but I still want to find them. Ooh, we have money and some transformers, but I'm hoping to get a book today. And this is a fidget spinner. It's cool that they work and they will make great fans, but I want a book. This is another fidget toy, one of those little poppet things. At least it's a unicorn. Honestly though, I'm probably gonna put this on my keychain. We got 2 fidget toys and no book. Oh, seriously? Another one? It's another fidget spinner. Well, this one does make a better fan though, to be honest. So far, the only thing I've liked has been the money. Angry birds. I mean, yay! For the triple. They could use a little more drying time. So let's open another one. Hopefully this one is a little more to my liking. And the first one it's a ball. I think it's a little squishy ball. Well, at least you can take it out. Yeah, it's squishy. I'll probably give it to my dog. My fake one, not Bowie. No, that would be terrible. It is pretty neat that we can take it out of the box. We got a stack of $1 bills. This one's noisy. It's definitely not a book. It's Orbeez. Personally, I would love to see more miniature dolls. It's another fidget toy. Where's the littlest pet shops? Trivial Pursuit. It's a box. And the last one, is a Hello Kitty double. Of course it is! But now we have lots of little wedges for our project. I'm using brown felt, painted strips of paperboard, and artificial plants. There are 2 different wedges. I'm using the smaller wedge, and this is pretty simple. We showed it in an earlier video where we just cover the outside of the capsule with felt, and I'm using hot glue to attach it, gluing it over the edges, cover the inside back, making sure all visible areas are covered. I left it open in the back for poster putty, or if you would like to glue it to a surface, then glue on the paperboard strips, which is a lot easier to use than the lacing. And we are recycling. Add a strip near the top to make an easy wall planter. Add a few artificial plants. I added a few paper roses. I find them at Michael's and on Amazon. Then use poster putty or glue to attach it under a window, adding a little greenery to this space. Let's use some stickers to be numbers on the townhouses. Wow, talk about a makeover! We just created a little townhouse scene, loosely inspired by Notting Hill, that are also display shelves for our dolls. I'm gonna hang each one on the wall like a picture and display 1 to 2 dolls. It's a diorama and storage, and the perfect place for a quick photo or a video backdrop. And yes, it was always my intention to use the new Barbie Looks dolls with this background. Thank you for joining us while we made some faux townhouses for our dolls. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at MyFroggyStuff, the Frog Vlog, and Bella of MyFroggyStuff. And we will see you next time.